Hello and welcome to launch day, launch of Chase Reality's MetaVerse. So in this video, the most important thing that we want to do and get across to you, the viewer, the users, the members and the partners of the metaverse, the people of the world essentially, is one, what makes it a metaverse, and two, how can you use it and understand it. Now, as we go on week by week, we're going to be doing like vlogs on either Mondays or Fridays, and this is basically just to help you to sort of understand and break down the progress and to show you that we're constantly progressing. And in fact, we're actually progressing pretty much multiple times a day, if we're being honest. So yeah, it's pretty exciting. Now, I kind of skipped over who I am. I'm Chris Armstrong. I'm the founder of Chase Reality, and I've essentially built this on the back end of a virtual tourism site that I built for here in sunny Singapore initially, and that's kind of grown into a metaverse. So basically seeing that in the Web3 space, there's a lot of poor actors, and frankly, sort of in the words of Facebook, somebody created multiple houses. We could do one better, and we're essentially doing the same thing, but this is going to be built on trust. It's going to be built on the right actions, clear understanding, and truly being open and free and user friendly. So anyway, so as you can see in front of you, we'll just pay attention now to the screen. We'll come back to myself in a little bit. This is essentially the homepage that everyone will be presented with when you go over to chasereality.co. And obviously you get a nice little welcome there. Welcome to the metaverse. Explore freely. Build metaspace. Earn crypto. So I'm just going to address these things very quickly. But in order to address these, we have to address what is a metaverse. So in essence, a metaverse is the internet point two, which is the main internet no one can own, but it can be controlled by government entities and ISP providers. So that's your internet service provider. Beyond that, the awesome thing about the metaverse is everyone, and I mean everyone, can actually own a piece of it and should have the open free right to own it. And people really need to get this information about all the nonsense going on with NFTs and bad actors, basically making sites and platforms claiming they're meta and actually only meeting maybe one of the two rules, if any. So what are we looking at with the metaverse? Essentially here, we're giving away free web space. And at this point, we'll also build you a free website, or essentially a page, or add those pages over time. And while we're manual, we're kind of doing that all for you, but we are actually going to be embedding a SHA encryption, just the same as what you would use with, say, your Web3 crypto wallet. So you can type in whatever you like, and that will literally be the access for your website, and you'll be able to build that. So that's just the build, the web space part. The meta space, we're going to be putting in portals, just as you can see on the main screen. So just as you can see right here, we've got the lovely little portal here. We've actually borrowed that from somewhere. We're currently in design process for our own little portal, but for now we're having a little bit of fun with it. And that's the thing with the design, it's more important about function over sort of looks at the moment. So it's a bit of fun, it's just a bit of a learning process. But again, circling back, what is a metaverse? There's three rules to metaverse. One, it's got to be open to everybody. And again, this is what a lot of bad actors are not doing. You might even have some who have NFT platforms and things, and they say it's free to explore, or of course a metaverse platform, free to explore and earn free crypto. So play and earn. Absolute nonsense. What they don't tell you is you're stuck on their platform. So with a real metaverse, to actually hold a metaverse status, you actually need to be able to cross-platform. So what we're willing to do on the Chase Reality platform is put in links to another person's metaverse, another person's NFT platform, put in links to essentially anywhere for anything within means. So when I say within means, we're also looking to do one thing which a lot of people have been upset about with governments around the world. We're going to try our best to police, to a degree, this metaverse in the beginning, until we actually put in, say, the SHA elements and such for self crypto protection on your own site. So what does that mean? That means if somebody builds a website and a meta space which has something such as selling drugs, firearms, perhaps something sensitive or dangerous towards children, then obviously we have the ability to stop that and report that to the authorities. Other than that, if you want to join the platform, become a member, all you need to do is literally, at this point, make a request via the Facebook group, which is, if we just, let's have a little scroll down, right here. So you just join that Facebook group and you make a request on the group for free web space. We'll build you your own website. We'll also then build you a meta space, and we'll look into that in a moment. And then once we've built these things, we'll connect them via a portal, and hopefully your little world and adventure into the metaverse begins. Now that's the open side of it. That's rule 1. Rule 2 would be, it has to be VR. Now obviously you're looking at this and saying you're breaking the rules, not VR. That's what the meta space is for. So what we'll do is we'll come down here to one of our members and honorary partners. So as the first person essentially to join as a member, Kylie Yang here, we actually built her about 2-3 months ago. I think she's the first person to actually have a virtual gallery in the meta space. So not a virtual gallery online or on the internet, but a virtual gallery in the metaverse. And all you do, we'll just take you through very quickly. So just click on that. Now I'm actually running on a VPN on here just so no one can play with my ISP or anything. So we're just going to load into here, and it's going to take a little bit longer just again because I'm on there, but with you not being on a VPN is totally fine. So this is Kylie Yang's metaverse space, and let's have a look here. Yeah, so you can move it around. All right, you can click on things, you can get her information. This is what she'd like to share currently. It's all in short form, but obviously if we've made it so that if you don't have a very powerful computer, if you don't have a very powerful phone, for instance, if you happen to live in the third world, but you have a very, very affordable phone on the lower end of power and capability, you should still be able to load into the front end side of it. So essentially, this is Kylie's front end, and this is her meta space. We are going to be portaling completely out and putting it into just a pure space. So it would be just like this. Let's see if we've got full screen. Here we go. Lovely. And then it would essentially just be like this. So portal out and just go to here. And the only reason we're not doing that at the moment is because we would like to potentially add monetization, like one small banner ad, and that's essentially what's going to be funding the whole project. So there's no catch with this. We're given free meta space, free web space, and once your build has been completed like this, at the end of each month, members are actually rewarded. So for the first reward, Kylie here would be actually rewarded, I think, is it about 10,000 soul tokens. So that's the crypto that we use, which actually nicely leads us into the next part of it, which is you've got to be able to accept all Web3. So what is all Web3? So we've covered openness, cross-platform. That's rule 1 for Metaverse. Rule 2 is it's got to be free and open. And rule 2, then rule 3 is of course the Web3 side of it, which is the cryptocurrencies, the NFTs. The NFTs are really just all running off of blockchain, and it's talking about decentralization and protecting your data. Now this is one of the most key things of the metaverse that we have, and I personally, within my background, I'm actually a security professional, and just to give a quick rundown on that, so I'm very, very passionate about security. Started off in the British military, served a few tours in Iraq, did my time there, very proudly served there, and then I moved into all areas of sort of security management and growth until I ended up retraining to become a diplomatic security protection officer for the British government, and that was both in Russia and then Beijing, where I met my wife and then gave up my life and came here to sunny Singapore. So that's just a quick backside. So I'm a firm believer in your privacy, and that's what it has to be. If it's metaverse, anybody says metaverse and they don't have privacy enacted, but they say they do, forget it. Your data is very, very at risk. So what am I trying to get at in short? It's essentially, if you ever go to a site and they say they're Web3, connect wallets, don't connect your wallet at this time. The amount of hacks through, say, MetaMask wallets and such have come through these third parties, and you're essentially giving them open access to your wallet to just drain it. It's almost as bad as putting your cryptocurrency, your funds, whatever it may be, NFTs, onto an exchange, and then those people can actually take that, and if the exchange dies, or if there's another scandal, all of your funds can go, and that they're just gone. So with this, we're actually suggesting that as within the next sort of 2 months, you're going to be able to either monetize, so you'll get rewards just for using it. And just to be clear, crypto is not currently a fiat money, so the rules and regulations are very different, but you must, of course, check on how they affect within your country. But so Kylie here, she's actually going to be able to put these pieces of art up for sale. Now, she can do it one of two ways, and we've spoken about NFTs, and of course, that's not in the typical sense, but she's going to be selling the actual pieces of art, of which I think she sells a few a month, and these are hand-painted, beautiful artworks that we've taken images of, and nicely floating around in front of you in the metaspace. But you're going to be able to put a buy it now button on there, both in fiat with, say, perhaps PayPal, Stripe, or even Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Sol Token, whatever it may be. So that's kind of the third part of what makes a metaverse. So we need openness, a virtual space, which is what this is. This is a virtual space, and of course we'll look into the actual metaverse shortly. The full metaverse, what's on Chase Reality platform, and of course we need security and openness with all cryptos. Most other platforms that call themselves metaverse, the problem is they only accept their own crypto, and they're always pushing you to buy theirs. We're not. We're actually the opposite. If you don't have any money, if you're wary of crypto, then what we're doing is we're saying, look, if you've ever had a dream, an idea, a desire to put something online, we'll do that for you, and then once we're done, we'll reward you, and you can do whatever you want with those rewards. However, Sol Token, which is what's been built to be utilized through the Chase Reality MetaVerse, but can be used anywhere openly, so it's at the user's discretion. It's not built for trading, so it's not going to go up, it's not going to go down in the typical sense. We're backing it with a Cardano wallet, and for anyone who knows anything about Cardano, you're going to know that essentially every 5 days, if it's staked, you will be paid out a reward. And Sol Token, as these rewards are being staked and given out, and they're basically topping up the wallet, it will raise the value of Sol Token until hopefully it gets to about $1. And we're going to try and maintain it there. All of this is very clearly put out in the under the crypto section, so I will leave you all to freely have a look and play with that. So now let's go back to the home screen and actually jump into the metaverse. So here we go again, the metaverse. Remember, explore freely, cross-platform, open to anybody. Any platforms that don't do that, they are not metaverse. Currently, Facebook's Meta is not metaverse because it's not open, but hopefully they will do it, and hopefully they'll also engage with us so it can be cross-platform. Then 100% it's metaverse. So it's saying it's not the internet. For anyone who has who works in an office environment, you have something known as an intranet, and of course for everyone in the world we all use the internet to access everything and each other. This is the only true metaverse because it's open to everybody, whereas other ones are simply intranet metaverses. There we go, so clarifying that. And then of course we give you the build space, and then we reward you with crypto, which you can do whatever you want with, and even look at selling your own products and services with Sol Token and each other and engaging with the community. I know it's a bit long-winded. This is kind of the first one. I did think about perhaps even recording everything and going through it, but I'm trying to show that I'm a real person. I think and act the same as anybody else. But at the end of the day, obviously, we can go through this together in real time. So this is essentially the landing point for the metaverse, and we've just technically launched out of build phase. So on Christmas Day of 2021, we launched into alpha build, which is fantastic. So we're the first to actually launch. And then recently, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, we actually transitioned into build phase, and now we have launched into open. So people can go on to the Facebook page and start requesting for free web space. Actually, you can request 1 free Sol token. You just need a Waves wallet and just request on the group. Of course, you must just simply join the group. That's it. So you join the group, make your request, and that's it. If you choose to leave afterwards, so be it. But one free Sol token for everybody, because everybody deserves a Sol. Anyway, right. So we are here in sunny Singapore. This was built on the back of a virtual tourism platform. And before anyone just says this is 360 VR, in a sense, yes. But this is interactive, and as we progress, we're actually going to be able to take all of the images, like the latest images, in about a year or two, and we're going to use AI, and it's going to regenerate all of them to the point we can actually just press the arrow keys and such on your computer if you're using a PC, and you can run around it like a game world. So it's actually already there. We're just not launching that yet because, well, we just don't feel that people's devices are all equal or powerful enough to be able to do that. So anyway, very, very, very long story, very long-winded. This is the metaverse, the Chase Reality MetaVerse. It's just starting out very basic to allow people to grow with it as it grows, which will weekly. So new tours will be added, but essentially you'll be able to walk anywhere that you see. Currently we have this full area going all the way around, and yeah, you can do pretty much whatever you want. Now, if there's not an area there and you happen to be in Singapore, you can actually contact us via the Facebook page, and we can come down and discuss building out more of the street area. But if you're a company or business, then that is actually a Chase Reality, not Chase Reality MetaVerse product or service side of things, and then we can actually do a virtual tour for you and connect it to the metaverse. But there will be a cost for that, because obviously time and development, editing and such. So anyway, so here we go. So we actually have here in the writing all clickable links, and that will take you to pages. We're going to be adding portals and things in, and potentially advertising. But if you would like to advertise within the metaverse, again, you can contact us, but it's open and free. You can just log into this and use it. So we click here, just for example, explore Singapore. That's going to go over to another page, and this is essentially the first version of Explore Singapore, and it's going to give you some nice information, and then tourism areas. These things haven't been added yet because they're currently in edit, but we're just trying to give people who know a little bit of something about Singapore, and those who don't, you can actually see the most popular areas to come and explore in Singapore. Most of what we have on the website now is actually live and active, but just to be very transparent, which is the key thing for us here. So right, let's just have a quick explore, and then we'll go through a few more of the pages. I know there's probably a lot of you out there who are very excited to sort of look at the crypto side of things. I would say you all know who you are. So as you can see, we're actually moving around very much in a virtual tour state, but that does not make it any less VR. And we are looking at utilizing photogrammetry elements, and we can actually build this whole thing like within a week in Unity or another game engine and run around this normally. Again, the reason we didn't do that is because not everyone can use it. It's supposed to be free and open. It's not technically free or open to you if, like me, you have a very powerful computer or a very powerful phone. You need to have a much older phone and less powerful one to be able to still use it for it to truly be free. So yeah, if you happen to be somewhere like parts of Africa with slow or poor internet, the Philippines, India, Malaysia, geez, the London Underground that barely gets any signal at all. I find that kind of funny because here in Singapore, the MRTs get incredible internet service and phone service. But yeah, so you should still be able to load into that. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. This is a very one-way conversation here. So as you can see, there is the world-famous Singapore Merlion. This statue is absolutely enormous. And what we're going to be doing is actually adding in more elemental elements, where we're going to be able to put little hotspots on it, and you can find out all of the information you like. We'll also link it to very helpful, useful Singaporean-supported or government-supported websites, which actually take us out of the metaverse. And that's quite a big part of what, again, makes this a metaverse, is that we're encouraging leaving it and supporting other people. So we're going to be sending web traffic out, right? So it's not so much like how it usually works. We're sort of working how Google started and was so successful. We're encouraging sending the traffic out to other people. So again, if you have a site and you want us to support you, then get in touch. We'll build you a base site. We'll build you a meta space if you wish, and then of course we can put the information there and then send it out. There's only one provider. It's not really a cache, but it's one provider, which is you simply must share that page. If you don't share that page, then we'll delete it within 3 months, and that's simply to ensure there's always space on the server for someone who's going to use that space. Just because it's free does not mean it's not valuable. It's incredibly valuable, but we really want to focus on allowing everybody to have access, and that means also being able to utilize it. So you can run anything on it, from simply a home, family pictures or whatever, and then of course you can keep your link private. Nothing is linked via the metaverse unless you wish it to be, so we can put a portal in, and that's something we're looking at potentially monetizing in the future by accepting soul tokens back from people, and then we'll say populate, let's say down here by the water, a spinning portal or something. But we're not crazy. We're not going to be saying $1,000 to $3,000 like just about every other so-called metaverse, and I will put it that way because, yeah, poor actors and such, we don't like those. The other way to navigate this is with this here. Now, just a quick update. Within the next month, we're going to be reshooting all of this again. So if you're in Singapore, you can actually probably see me down here with maybe some members of the team reshooting the whole thing, and we're upgrading already. So within the first month of launching, we're already upgrading to significantly faster, higher quality software, server, all of that lovely stuff, and you're just going to be able to do significantly more. So it's not some game engine calling themselves a metaverse, and really they're just on a Minecraft server. We've seen a few of those, and frankly it's given us a bit of a tickle. So again, you know, I absolutely love Singapore. I moved here and I've fallen in love with the country. I've done quite a lot personally, and I'm trying to, in a way, this is my way of giving back by creating this wonderful, wonderful world on top of a world. It's a true sort of one-for-one, but the beautiful thing with it is it's a one-for-one throughout time. What do I mean by that? Well, this is kind of where it gets fun and a little bit spooky. So as years go on and we continue to capture or recapture some places, what we have here in the MRTs of Singapore, or for instance if it's in the US, the subways at the entrances, or in the UK the underground, in Singapore we have actually little black and white pictures of how Singapore used to look and people used to live, and that's kind of like time traveling, capturing the past. And what we want to be able to do is imagine going back. So this metaverse space that you're looking at here, all here, you see there's actually fences on these guardrail, you know, these guardrails things. They've now gone over the past month. And before you ask why have you still got this one here, because these tours are enormous. So I encourage you to go and have a look. They are absolutely devastatingly large. They truly are. Let's see if we can go down into the water there. So obviously you can go around by the arrows and such, but there's ways to jump around this, and of course we're going to add in portals to jump to different areas in Singapore. So absolutely stunning. There's so many people that love Singapore and that wish to come here, and you can see why. And there's the very famous Marina Bay Sands boat in the sky building. Absolutely love that. Right, okay, so enough about that. So that's essentially the metaverse, and it's going to keep progressing and growing. We also have a blog. So if we're not doing a vlog like this, then what we're going to be doing is posting everything relevant on our meta blog. Now this has been going since I think Christmas Day, and we were using another platform actually, or another server and website provider before we moved over and started building on our own servers and things. So it's actually been out even before Christmas, but that's kind of unofficial. That was to allow developers and partners to be able to engage and check on a live server without publicizing it. But anyway, you can see here that everything is here and it's all updated, everything relevant. So if you ever miss something, or there's something that you kind of want to be able to copy paste and quote, chances are it may be here. And if there's not, then please do leave a comment in the comment section. Kindly like and subscribe if you wish. But we'll usually look at addressing those things either in text or video. So okay, so that's that. And we actually, if you become a member or a partner, we will put we will create you blogs and things. So we just had one person whose partner has just done an adventure over at to climb Mount Everest, or more correctly, to take an adventure and get to the first stage of Everest, and then in October they're going to go back with their partner together. I highly recommend that you check this out. This young lady, originally from China, moved to Singapore, and is getting married very soon, so all the best to her and my friend. But they're on quite the adventure, and this is the other thing: share your adventures. It's an open free space. You can share it publicly like this, or not. You can just have your web space and promote it wherever and however you like. But it's quite the adventure, as you can see. Faye here, this is the final blog post. She's actually on her way back today from Everest. But everything here, and if anyone's seen the Netflix show where an ex-British Gurkha soldier climbed all of the peaks, absolutely fantastic Netflix show. Faye actually utilized his Sherpas, which is amazing, and big shout out to them. Some very brave chaps. So there we go. So that's the meta side. That's the blog and information side, and of course we're going to try and keep you up to date as best as possible. The crypto side, here we go. What a lot of people want to know about. So, okay, welcome to Sol Token. So Sol Token has kind of been integrated onto the platform, and it's just really to keep everything under one roof. Now, I actually created Sol Token, so I also created Sol Token a long time ago to be sort of a free to distribute token, and now it has a use case. So I created it to be an educational token. There were so many scams going on several years ago, not half as many as today, sadly. But the whole point of Sol Token was essentially distribution and ease of use and trust, so anyone could get their hands on it. And now we have a use case for it with the metaverse. So you can find out all about Sol here. Here you can learn exactly how to claim. It's very clear. And this is the white paper, which we've actually done very similar to a few other white papers. All our own words, of course. We've not copied and paste. That's a sort of a tradition for a lot of the scammers out there. They'll copy one and paste another. Quite bad, quite poor acting there. But what we've got is we've got the white paper in a question and answer format to break it down and make it more layman's. So when you say, what is it? There's an answer. When you say, how much is it worth? There's an answer. When you say why, again, there is an answer. There is literally everything here. And of course, if you think that perhaps, like this landing page here looks absolutely amazing, but if you want to like have a look at the actual white paper, it will look very plain. It's text, it's a Q&A, but we're always going to basically be upgrading the look and such, so it looks more professional. However, our focus is function, trust and community. So yeah, please do feel free to go through that. I'm not going to go through all of that because that would take a week and a half for me to break it down on camera, on stream. But it will take you, honestly, perhaps 10 minutes to go through all of them, depending on what your interest is. So do come here, learn a little bit about Sol Token, how we're looking to utilize it, how we're looking to back and support it from our own side. No, we do not have any investors. We don't need any investors, and this website is pretty much guaranteed to be up for the next 10 years. So as a lot of the bad actors come and frankly scam a lot of unfortunate, unknowing noobs or newbies to the crypto and web space, the Web3 space, we'll still be here. We're happy to grow organically and slowly. And I think that's the most important thing, the trust. Without trust, there is nothing. So coming full circle before we wrap up this very first video, and I hope that some of you enjoy it. So if you have some questions, please post them in there. We would love to hear from you. We have things such as a user guide. This is simply going to help you to understand in short format, very, very clear, how to use the metaverse when you go into it, into the space. So here, as you can see, click on a location, image, or text, and you'll arrive at the location. So what's that saying? If there's a hotspot pulsing, or you've got a floating arrow, or perhaps there's even something which indicates that it might go somewhere else, you can click on that and move just as I've shown you. And again, as you go through it, obviously it depends whether you're on a computer or mobile device. So use your finger to move, or use a mouse such as I'm using here. And of course, how you would move around in hotspots. So everything I just addressed. It's all short, sweet, very, very simple. The about part here, this is about for Chase Reality, which is essentially the backbones of what the whole metaverse has been built on. A little bit about me, a little bit about my experiences, the short story, which is very different from the way I speak, which is very long format. I do apologize, but that's all essentially there. I'm just kind of just showing you that everything is there, it's working, it's active, and of course everything with regards to discovering the metaverse. Now this is more sort of focused at you who wish to join, become a member. And what is it to be a member? A member is simply to request space on the metaverse, whether it be in 2D or 3D or both. And you can do what you like with it. You can set up an e-commerce business. You can simply have pictures of your family, which you share or you don't share. So that means it won't automatically be in the metaverse unless you request it directly from us at this time. We will be releasing manual control for people to sort of like sign up and just log in. And just to address that really quickly, there will be no actual sign up ever outside of needing to be an author at the minute. And we're looking at trying to solve that. So if you're doing a blog and you wish to have your name as the author, we'll need an email. So you can actually use an anonymous email or a burner email or something like that, as long as you have the same password or like catchphrase or something, then we'll help you with that. But once we actually put in the SHA, the crypto level security, and you can type in whatever you want, that will just take you to your website. So for instance, if you were to write helicopter, rain, hippo, game, yada 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 yada, whatever you want, that is literally your username and your password all in one. And then when the SHA actually encrypts that, we can't even access that on the platform. Absolutely impossible. The FBI can't get in. The NSA can't crack it, which is why crypto, Bitcoin, and everything is still going. And don't misunderstand, we're not anti-government, not at all. But privacy is not a crime, and it is pretty much everybody's right, unless unfortunately you're in a country, state, or something where they don't allow that. There's not much we can say on that. We don't want to get political, but we're here to essentially give everybody the chance to have something of their own. So whether you own something significant, you're very successful in life and you have the best access, or perhaps you're living on the streets and all you have is a pretty bad old phone or something, but it's still, you have Starbucks internet, you could still actually connect with us, and we'll build you with all of the free resources that we can. And what I mean by that is, if you happen to be in that unfortunate situation, you don't have original pictures something like that, you can request an image that we can find for free, or which is open source, and we'll actually utilize that for you, and hopefully we can help you grow out of that position if we can. But it needs to be your idea, it's your responsibility. This is what the metaverse is: open, free, community, safe, trustless. And the word trustless means that you don't need to trust me with your data. And that's what crypto is, or is supposed to be. So when you see somebody with an NFT platform, they say connect wallet, do not do it, because you are taking the risk. Your crypto wallet is your personal bank. Just a final note on crypto, just to be very, very clear. If you do owe tax on crypto for whatever reason, for instance, in America it's very big at the moment, they've pretty much sorted out their tax system. Pay your tax. Crypto is not a means to hide money. It's certainly the worst case to launder money. People are making the argument that it's the best way. Absolute nonsense. If you're a criminal, what have you been laundering your money in for the past 100 years? Fiat in, fiat out. And when they do that, they probably lose 10, 20, 30% of whatever they're trying to wash anyway. If you do that with crypto, it's actually tracked on the blockchain. So yeah, you're pretty much getting your own go to jail free Monopoly card and not get out of jail free card. So that's an absolutely nonsense thing to be saying. So anyway, thank you very much to everybody who's put up with my very long rant and explanation. I hope I've addressed everything. Of course, please feel free to come over to the contact section here, and you just scroll down. You can actually stay up to date with us with any of these. Facebook is the best way to get hold of us. Join the group, please. Please invite all of your friends, family. It's all free and open. There's only a benefit to you. And of course, if you really don't use it or don't feel you need it, then you can let us know. We'll delete it, or within 3 months of inactivity, we'll obviously delete it to allow space for somebody else. So you can also speak and engage with us via Discord. We're looking at holding our regular dev meetings via Discord in the coming months. So it'll be very, very open on the front end. The back end, we're keeping, obviously, we've got to protect that to stop hackers and things, sort of knowing how we do everything that we do. But for the front end, we're trying to be as transparent as possible. This little portal here, just as a side note, very quickly, it is actually a portal that no matter where you go in the metaverse, so if you actually follow a lot of the arrows all around, if you ever get lost, just look down, click, you'll be straight back at the home page, and you can start again, or you can figure out where you want to go and have fun with it. The LinkedIn, we're going to be creating a group probably in the next 2 weeks. Why don't I just do it right now? Because frankly, I'm a human being, and there's only so much myself and the team can do. A quick note on the team: we actually have members in the US, in Texas. We have a small team actually growing in India now, so we're in talks with them, and they're looking at coming on board potentially towards the end of next month. So there may be a Chase Reality Singapore, Chase Reality India, Chase Reality Texas, and Chase Reality UK sort of halfway through the year. All of that will come together, and you'll be able to sort of airport your way into different parts. But as for the metaverse being completely open, we'll add portals where it can just be dark space, dark open space, and you can do whatever you want with it. So kind of like if you want to build a 3D environment through Unity and then inject it in, we'll talk with you on that and we'll help you put it in. And if we don't know how to do something, because obviously everyone's knowledge is limited to some degree, we're more than happy to have your engagement, and we'll probably give you a reward, kind of like a bug bounty, but we're trying not to have any bugs. So yeah, we're being as supportive as we can be with the community. Instagram, we do actually have that. We do have Twitter, but we're looking for the other icon. We're going to put them in. And of course, the YouTube channel, what you're on now. So this is just for the main page, and that's as we literally just launched today. So pretty much if you look at the page every day, something would have changed or broken momentarily. That might be like 20 minutes or an hour, depending. But if it is like that, it's broken because we're literally in real time working with people on the other side of the earth to inject something, take something out, put something in, and just make it better. So it's not broken, it's not crashed, the server's not going down. We've got that pretty much covered. And lastly, decentralized. So by being open, open essentially means decentralized as well. So if you do go to a platform and they say that they're a metaverse, if they haven't got multiple servers and they're not open to you downloading their entire source code, forget it. That's not a metaverse. With this, we're actually going to make it so anybody in the world can download the whole website, not access the backend, but download the website, so access a node or a CDN network. And that's kind of what Amazon does and what Google does. They have lots of buildings all over the world, lots of server farms, and that just enables whoever's closest to one of these farms gets that farm will send them the information, right? So imagine you have one at your house and you're driving down the road. You'll get all of the metaverse coming from your own node, transmitted over Wi-Fi or even via if you're utilizing Wi-Fi through that node, or it will simply go into the Pi, and then the Pi will spit it out through the network and straight to you, to your mobile device, or anyone within a few miles or whatever it may be. The closest server will be the closest provider. So it's pretty cool. We have a lot that we're doing, and that is only the tip of the iceberg. Thank you very much. Again, I'm Chris Armstrong, founder of Chase Reality. Please ask questions. Please like, please subscribe. Please join the group. Please ask for some space. We would love to engage and build with you. And we look forward to growing in this space with you. Thank you, and welcome to the metaverse.